Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got my good friend Carlos joining me today.
Hello everyone.
And today we're going to be doing a very quick house overview on 4 brand new fragrances from the company Ruitz and Ruitz, so stay tuned. So this is a company that I recently discovered. They're actually owned, or the parent company I should say, is Al Haramain.
Okay.
And so that is a Middle Eastern company that I think has become quite popular in the YouTube online fragrance community. And so have you heard of this brand before?
I have not. You are turning me onto it for the first time.
That's awesome. Cool. So I was in correspondence with somebody over at the brand. So in full disclosure, these were sent to us for a review. And so I wanted to sort of smell them blind, although that didn't work fully because obviously my patience got the best of me, or my lack of patience, I should say. And I opened them up and I tried them all. And so I want you to smell them blind.
Okay.
And I want you to sort of tell me, you know, are there some that you like, some that you don't like? And so we'll kind of go through the line. I think this is, I'll be honest with you, I think this is an awesome line. They're only $28. They're very, very affordable.
The bottles are great colors. They pop.
The bottles are really, really cool, and this can be had at sniffperfumes.com. So I'm going to leave all the links down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start it off. So the first one is called Sac Passé, and these are pre-sprayed. And so the first one is the white bottle. So what do you get from that?
I don't know what that means, because all the other 3 have Spanish titles, and this,
For sure.
maybe it's, I never heard of it. Doesn't sound like Spanish, but
Yeah.
this smells to me like all the uncles at the wedding. All the, like the mobster types.
Yeah.
This has a retro kind of aroma to it, I find.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Kuros type of.
Yeah.
I don't remember Kuros, to be perfectly honest, but this is the type of vibe that I remember of it.
Yeah. So believe it or not, this is actually inspired by vintage Kuros.
Wow.
And
so I wasn't way off.
No, not at all. It does open up very green. I know Kuros, pardon, is said to have like this orangey vibe going on in there. This one is more about like the green fir oak moss sort of elements in there. It's very powerful. It will kind of stop you dead in your tracks. But it is one that kind of gears more towards like an older crowd, a little bit more mature. Like if you're a fan of those fragrances, like the Polo Greens of the world, Dracar Noirs, Antonio Puig, like the Quorum. I think you'll be a fan of that one. But okay, let's move on to something a bit more youthful. And this one is called Tranquilo.
Tranquilo, cógelo con tequilisi. Oh, duh. As much as I love it, it always stumps me. It's the funniest thing. Like, it doesn't hit me right away.
Yeah.
Ventus! Yellow!
Yeah. Yep. There's definitely an Ventus vibe in there.
Or a pineapple.
Yeah.
Note or something.
And so this is one where I typically look at the bottle and make that association ahead of time. It does open up very bright. It has like that manzanite aroma chem in there that's also used in a Ventus. It has that pineapple fruitiness that comes along with it, but it's like a lighter version of a Ventus. I don't think it's too headstrong. As a matter of fact, I know some of the more recent variations of Ventus have a lot of vanilla in them, and I don't really get that from this one. This is like some of the more fresh takes of a Ventus.
Overall, like these scent strips, I can really, as soon as I stepped over here, like I was like, wow, they smell like they're on the strong side.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I'm closest to the Kuros-esque one.
Yeah, that's by far the strongest one.
All right, so the next one up here, I don't know what it's called. You can see from your side. What is it?
So this one is called, I'm sure it's called Dale.
Oh, it's on the top.
Oh, Despacito, I'm sorry.
Despacito there. Okay, I won't take you there. They smell very reminiscent.
Yeah. I mean, they're all kind of fashioned or modeled after popular designer fragrances.
Like Blue de Chanel and Sauvage type of...
Yeah, so this one actually... Yeah, so this one is their take on Dior Sauvage.
All right.
And so it has that fresh opening in there. And it also has like the ambroxan, the peppery quality with the bergamot in there. It's actually very similar to Dior Sauvage. I know a lot of people say that Sauvage has like this metallic opening, which I kind of see where they're going with that. And this one does replicate it to a large degree.
Metallic opening? I think metallic is in the middle. Like, to me, I get a fruity burst at the beginning of Sauvage, and then it gets like that metallic thing going on a little further in the dry down.
Perhaps it's the ambroxan then, because I know that's a base note. But this one is also really, really pleasant. The performance on it was about 5 to 6 hours. And so it's not beast mode, but it will definitely get you through your workday.
Projection is good?
Projection is good. Yeah. Projection is definitely good for these two. I would say the projection is the loudest on these two. Obviously, this one, longevity, is like through the roof because it really has that lingering green undertone that sticks around. And the last one, man, I really like this one too. But I also like the designer that it's fashioned after.
Yeah. It smells designery. It smells blue.
Okay, yeah, that one is that one is actually Bleu de Chanel from Chanel, and yeah, I like this one. It kind of has that similar sort of creamy. To me, Bleu de Chanel always smelled kind of creamy, citrusy, a little incensey. You got, there's that incense thing going on in Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, for sure. And I actually quite enjoy this one. I think it's very easy to wear, very easy to pull off, as are the previous two. I think the most challenging one is by far Sac Passé.
This has weight to it. This is a pretty heavy bottle.
Yeah. And the bottle's really nice presentation. Yeah, please. Nice atomizer as well, wide distribution. And for only 28 bucks, it actually seems like a really good deal. Now, of course, there is a caveat. If you own the designer variant, like if you have Bleu de Chanel, if you have Dior Sauvage, then, I think, hey, keep wearing Dior Sauvage, keep wearing Bleu de Chanel. I think those are wonderful fragrances.
Do you smell that cloud that I just sprayed? My goodness, that's strong.
Yeah, that one is strong. Yeah, it's the strongest one, for sure. But I think if you're a fan of, maybe cheaper alternatives for those fragrances.
Without smelling cheap.
Right. Because they are very close to the originals. I think the Sauvage and the Coros are by far the closest ones. I think in terms of the Ventus rendition, Ventus just has something about it where you smell it, it's the authentic, it's the real deal. And so this one is kind of like a lighter version of it, maybe perhaps with that vanilla oomph in the base. And the Bleu de Chanel version, I didn't quite get that it was a Bleu de Chanel clone per se until I actually let it settle down in the wee dry down when I'm like, oh, this actually has remnants to blue.
And that's kind of when I first smelled it before we shot this video, the dry down strip. Okay. So that's why it kind of stuck in my head.
Yeah, for sure. But all of them are solid for 28 bucks. You really can't go wrong. I think they would actually make a really good present for somebody getting into fragrances.
Yeah, for sure.
I think these would definitely work well for like a younger crowd, especially if you have somebody in, except for the first one for sure. If you have somebody who's like in high school, you want to get them something, you don't want them to wear Tag and Bod and all these body sprays, and you want to upgrade to something a little more designer level, but on the lower tier, I think these are pretty cool. They're pretty solid. And the bottle is also really cool.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So thank you for coming on my channel. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Always my pleasure.
Means a lot. Awesome. And so, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you did take something of value from this video, I would love to know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, I'm going to be leaving Carlos's information down below, so definitely make sure to subscribe to him. And also remember to enable the notifications bell next to the subscribe button. This way, whenever I do put out future fragrance-related content, it will get delivered straight to your feed. And you never need to worry about missing any of my future uploads, and that includes house overviews, just like this one, reviews, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a whole lot of content. And then you can get to write
first on the first comment if you get the notifications.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And sometimes you'll need to edit your comment because you thought you were first, but you're actually... I do it all the time with my favorite YouTubers, by the way. So thanks again for watching. I love you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care.
Bye.